To factor a polynomial by grouping. Here's an example. For this problem, you have a 6 and a 9 out front and 14 and 21 in the back. That's a sure sign that we're going to leave these the way they are. And additionally, on the front, you have an A and an A that can come out. So we have a 3 that can come out of 6 and 9, as well as an A that comes out of both of those terms. When you go back and divide, you're left with 2b plus 3x. Now you have a minus sign there. Minus, parentheses, 14b, but change the minus sign. Make it plus. And now go back to the front and recopy, but now factor on the back side. You can take out a 7 and only a 7 from both of those. And when you divide, you're left with 2b plus 3x. If these two quantities are exactly the same, including the signs, then you have been able to factor this by grouping. If they're different, even just by the sign, then you can't do it that way. Now for the final answer, you need these two. 3a minus 7 in the first quantity. In the second one, you just need one of these. 2b plus 3x. Here's a problem from yesterday's quiz. Now it looks like the 7 and the 21 can stay together. On this one, the only thing we can take out, it looks like it's going to be an A. So when we do that, we're left with b minus 3x. And then back here we have plus 7b minus 21x. Since this is a plus sign, you don't change the sign on the inside. Recopy the front, and now factor on the back. You can take out a 7 and only a 7 from the back and be left with b minus 3x. For your final answer, you're going to need a and plus 7 in the first quantity, and then for the second one you need b minus 3x. Here's another example. In this problem, we have 6ax squared minus 9x cubed in the front, and then minus 10a plus 15x in the back. Again, we have 6 and 9, as well as an x squared. So we can take out a 3 from the 6 and 9, and an x squared. When we factor, we're left with 2a minus 3x. Now on the back end we have a minus sign here, which means we have to change this sign to minus. So it's 10a minus 15x. You're also changing the sign of this one because the minus sign was with the 10a. You're now separating them, so it's just positive 10a and then the minus sign's out front, but it doesn't look like it's been changed. Now recopy the front and factor on the back. You can take out a 5 and be left with 2a minus 3x. So our two quantities match up here and here. We've done this right. You need this and this. 3x squared minus 5 in the first quantity, and then just one of these. 2a minus 3x. We have 56 and 64, and then 21 and 24. So clearly we can take out an 8 from the front two and a 3 from the back two. And then looking further, you can have a y out of the front two as well. So we'll take out 8y on the front and be left with 8x, and then not 8x. That should be a 7. This is one of those times where I can't go back and erase. I just have to color over it. then go back and write. That should be 7x. That's marker is too thick. There we go. 7x minus 8b. And then on the back end, you'll have this minus sign, so you have to change this one. So it's 21ax minus 24ab. Recopy the front and then factor out on the back end. 3, and you can also take out an a. So that leaves you with 7x minus 8b. Now for your final answer, you need this and this. 8y minus 3a, and then just one of these, 7x minus 8b. The way it is here, we have a 4xy minus x, and then 12y minus 3. In the first period class, I did this by grouping the first two together. I'll try this a different way. We'll just see what happens. Let's try the 4xy and the plus 12y first, and then minus x minus 3 last. Just regroup them. On the first part, you can take out a 4y and be left with an x and then a 3. Now back here, you have the minus, which means you have to change the sign inside. It becomes plus. Now there's nothing to factor out on the back end, but you do have x plus 3 and x plus 3. There is a number that is written here. What number, or it's not written, but what number is there? 1. So you could use 4y and that 1 as 4y minus 1, and then x plus 3, or have the quantities reversed.